All right, ready to dive into a team that's basically like the New York Yankees of the Indian Premier League, the Mumbai Indians.
Ooh, I like that comparison. Yeah, they've definitely got that dynasty feel, haven't they? Consistently at the top.
And you know me,
The IPL, by the way, that's the Indian Premier League.
I'm all about figuring out what makes these powerhouse teams tick.
A wildly popular league, too, you know?
Today,
Professional 2020 cricket in India.
we're going to break down the Mumbai Indians' journey,
Think short, high-intensity matches.
all the way from their very first match back in 2008 to where they stand today.
Tons of star players from all over the world.
And our main source,
And the crowds, absolutely electric.
is the Mumbai Indians Wikipedia page.
Oh,
I gotta say,
to really understand how these teams are built,
I found some really interesting stuff in there that I can't wait to dig into with you.
we got to start back at the very beginning.
That's good.
2008, the very first IPL season. The Mumbai Indians, owned by Reliance Industries, they actually made headlines right off the bat.
Really? How so?
They were the most expensive team at the auction.
Wow. Okay, so right out of the gate, they're making a statement.
That bold statement.
Like, we're here to win, and we're not afraid to spend to make it happen.
Exactly, yeah.
So their initial home grounds were the D.Y. Patil Stadium and Broadbourne Stadium. But those first couple of seasons, 2008 and 2009, they were a little rough, right?
They were...
They didn't exactly hit the ground running.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that even the most successful teams, they have growing pains, you know?
For sure.
And, you know, they have this incredible roster with Sachin Tendulkar, who's often called the god of cricket.
I've heard that, yeah.
He was their icon player.
Oh, right.
Which basically meant he was the face of the franchise, and he couldn't be picked by any other team.
So kind of like a LeBron James situation.
Exactly. You know you've got LeBron on your team, and you know he's going to be there.
Right, a huge advantage. But even with a legend like Tendulkar, they still ran into some challenges.
Oh, yeah. Injuries unfortunately sidelined him a couple of times.
Right, I remember that.
Which led to some captaincy changes, actually.
Oh, interesting.
So first it was Harbhajan Singh who stepped up, but then he got suspended,
Oh,
and then Sean Pollock had to take over.
so a lot of instability in those early years,
Yeah, definitely.
which I think makes their eventual rise even more impressive.
Absolutely.
It shows how much they were able to adapt and learn and build that winning culture.
It really is a testament to that.
But you know what really struck me?
What's that?
Their approach. In the 2010 auction,
Oh, yeah.
they went after Kieran Pollard, who, as you know,
Well, yeah, powerful Trinidadian all-rounder,
that's exactly,
amazing batsman, amazing bowler.
and they got him through a tiebreaker.
Can you imagine? Tiebreakers in these auctions are like the tension.
I know, right? So dramatic.
You've got those sealed bids, everyone's nervous, they reveal them.
And then boom, Mumbai wins.
Talk about a statement.
Roughly.
And then, you know, with Wankhede Stadium, which would eventually become their home ground, it was under renovation at the time, so they had to play their home games at Broadbourne Stadium.
Gotcha.
And that season, they really started to show what they were capable of, you know?
Yeah, it felt like things were starting to click.
They ended up topping the points table.
They lost in the final,
Oh, man.
which I gotta imagine is brutal.
I know, getting that close and just falling short.
But at least Sachin Tendulkar won the Orange Cap that season for scoring the most runs.
Oh, that's right.
So it wasn't all bad.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so now we're in 2011.
All right.
They decide to hold on to some of their core players. Tendulkar, Harbhajan, Pollard,
Smart move.
and Lasith Malinga.
Oh, man, that guy with his Yorkers.
I know, you do not want to be facing him in the last overs of a match.
You're going home.
Right. But here's where things get interesting.
I'm listening.
They bring in Rohit Sharma. Now, at this point, he was definitely a talented batsman,
Yeah, he was good.
but he hadn't quite reached that superstar level yet.
No, not yet.
I don't think anyone could have predicted what he would become for the Mumbai Indians.
It's amazing how getting the right players at the right time, it can just completely change a team.
I know, right?
And look at Sharma now. He's considered one of the best captains in the entire history of the IPL.
Exactly.
But back then, in 2011, he was really just starting out with the Mumbai Indians.
Yeah, and that year they won their first major title.
Oh, yeah, the Champions League 2020.
Huge moment for the franchise.
It's a huge moment.
And it didn't come easy either.
What happened?
Injuries forced them to request this special exception to actually field 5 overseas players.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so they were dealing with some real challenges, but they still managed to pull it off.
So impressive.
And then in 2012,
All right, what happens then?
Harbhajan Singh, he's back as captain.
Okay.
But their performance is a little inconsistent.
Bust down.
Yeah, kind of all over the place.
So close, but not quite there.
Yeah.
Exactly searching for that winning formula.
They finished 3rd.
Not terrible.
Not bad, but they get knocked out in the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember that.
So 2012, kind of like the calm before the storm.
Yeah. What do you mean?
It sets the stage for what I think is the most fascinating chapter in their story.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
The rise of Rohit Sharma as captain.
Yeah. We're talking.
All right, so 2013, mid-season, Rohit takes over. And bam, they win their first IPL title.
Wow.
And they defeat the Chennai Super Kings.
They're rivals.
Who are, by the way, a force to be reckoned with in the IPL.
Huge rivals.
It's like something just clicked, and they became unstoppable.
I don't want to say it was all because Rohit became captain, but
Right.
it definitely seemed to spark something.
Yeah.
And get this. After winning the IPL, they went on to win the Champions League 2020 that same year.
No way! In the same year.
Back to back.
That's incredible.
A historic double.
You really start to see the foundations of a dynasty being built right then and there.
I agree, yeah. Something special was brewing.
Okay, so at this point, they've won 2 major championships in a single year.
Right.
Where do you even go from there? I mean, can you even top that?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
That's what we're going to find out after a quick break.
Stay tuned.
We'll be back to explore how the Mumbai Indians handle all the ups and downs of success,
Well, highs and lows.
and whether or not they can maintain this dynasty in the years that follow.
Can't wait.
We'll be right back. All right, so we left off in 2013 with the Mumbai Indians on top of the world, having just won both the IPL and Champions League 2020 titles.
Yeah, what a year.
So now the question is, can they keep that momentum going?
Right, how do you handle that kind of success?
It-
Do you get complacent? Do you just try to stick with what worked before?
Or do you change things up?
Yeah, what's the approach?
Well, for the Mumbai Indians, 2014 wasn't quite as amazing as 2013,
Right.
but they still had some incredible moments.
They
Do
did.
you remember that last league match?
Oh, yeah, are you talking
Well,
about
Dick Yatar
Yeah.
smashing that game-winning
Who'd
6.
secure their spot in the playoffs, right?
That was unbelievable.
What a finish. Talk about a nail-biter.
I know, they really had a knack for pulling off those dramatic wins.
Yep, they did.
And even though they didn't win the title in 2014, that never-say-die attitude, that's what makes a championship team.
Right, exactly. That grit, that determination.
So they had a taste of victory, they experienced a bit of a setback, and then what happens?
Well, then they go on a tear, an absolute tear.
Really?
From 2015 to 2020,
Okay.
they were the team to beat, consistently making it to playoffs.
Wow.
Won 2 more IPL titles during that stretch.
So 3 titles in 6 years?
Yeah, they solidified their dynasty status during that time.
That's insane.
Absolutely dominant.
So what fueled that success? I mean, was it just that they had all the best players?
I mean, having talented players definitely helps.
Hmm.
But it's more than that, right?
Yeah, well,
It's about having the right players for the right roles, the right combination.
right, so they could work together.
Exactly, building a cohesive unit.
A well-oiled machine.
Yeah, like, for example, in 2015, they brought in Lendl Simmons.
Oh, yeah, the West Indian batsman.
Came in as a replacement and just killed it,
I remember that.
scoring crucial runs throughout the tournament.
And then there was Mitchell McClenaghan.
Oh, yeah. McClenaghan, that left-arm seamer from New Zealand.
Consistently getting those breakthroughs with the ball.
Especially in those crucial middle overs.
Yeah, he was so clutch.
Clutch, exactly.
So it sounds like they were really good at finding players who fit their team's needs,
Mm-hmm.
even if they weren't the biggest names in the sport.
Exactly. It's not always about the star power.
They knew what they needed,
They were smart about it.
and they weren't afraid to make changes when necessary.
Oh, no, they were constantly evaluating, adjusting, bringing in new talent.
They didn't just stick with the same lineup year after year,
Exactly. They were adaptable.
which is probably why they were able to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and the competition in the IPL is fierce.
Oh, for sure.
Teams are always trying to improve, to outdo each other.
So you can't just rest on your laurels.
Right, you got to keep pushing.
Okay, so let's fast forward to 2019.
All right, 2019.
They're facing off against their rivals, the Chennai Super Kings, in the final.
The big one.
And guess what?
They win it.
They win it. Their record-breaking 4th IPL title.
Wow, what a moment.
I can't even imagine what that must have felt like for their fans.
I know, it was historic, beating their rivals in the final to win their 4th title.
And they had overcome those doubts, the superstitions,
Right, some people thought they were cursed.
because they lost their first 4 final appearances.
Yeah, they couldn't win the big one.
But in 2019, broke through,
They did.
cemented their legacy as one of the greatest IPL teams of all time.
No doubt about it.
All right, so they're on top of the world again. What happens next?
Well, as we've seen throughout their history, the Mumbai Indians, they're no strangers to challenges.
What do you mean?
Well, from 2021 onwards, things started to get a little rough.
Oh no, what happened?
They finished 5th in both 2021 and 2023.
Okay.
And then in 2022, they had a disastrous season,
Oh wow, right.
finishing last with only 4 wins.
That's gotta hurt.
Ouch.
What do you think contributed to that decline?
Well, I think a few factors were at play.
Like what?
The competition in the IPL, it's constantly evolving.
Right, new teams coming in, existing teams getting better.
Exactly.
It's hard to stay on top for that long.
It really is.
And plus, some of their key players, they started to decline a bit.
Yeah, age, injuries, it happens.
And it happens to the best of them.
It
They
does.
just couldn't maintain that same level of dominance.
Yes.
And then they brought back Hardik Pandya as captain in 2024,
Oh, interesting.
hoping to recapture that magic.
Yeah, hoping for a turnaround.
But unfortunately, they ended up finishing last again.
Wow, so they're still searching for that winning formula.
It seems like it, yeah.
But hey, even dynasties can stumble.
True.
It happens.
It'll be interesting to see how they adapt and rebuild in the coming years.
I agree, it'll be a fascinating story to follow.
But let's not forget what they've accomplished.
5 IPL titles.
2 Champions League 2020 titles.
An incredible legacy.
That's a legacy that's going to be hard to top.
It really is.
So we've seen their rise, their dominance, and now their recent struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think it's time to take a closer look at what made them so successful in the first place.
Yeah, what were those key ingredients that made the Mumbai Indians such a dominant force in the IPL?
Exactly. What was their secret sauce?
I'd say one of the biggest factors was their leadership,
Leadership, okay.
both on and off the field.
Right, the owners, the coaches, the captains.
All playing a crucial role in creating that winning culture.
Okay, so let's break that down a bit.
Sure.
Starting with the owners, Reliance Industries. They've owned the team since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of impact have they had?
Well, they've been incredibly supportive, providing the resources, the infrastructure,
Okay.
everything a team needs to be successful.
So they've invested in top players,
Absolutely.
top coaches,
Yep.
and they've given the team management the freedom to make their own decisions.
Exactly. They trust the people they've put in charge.
So it's not just about having a lot of money.
No.
It's about using that money wisely.
And trusting the people you've hired.
Right, and that trust extends to the coaches and captains as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of captains, we can't forget about those iconic leaders.
Oh yeah, Tendulkar, Harjan Singh, Rohit Sharma.
Each one brought their own unique style to the team.
They did. Each captain had their own strengths.
Like Tendulkar, with his legendary status
Right, the god of cricket.
and that calm demeanor.
He helped establish the team's identity in those early years.
And then there's Harbhajan, with his fiery personality.
Yeah, he brought a different energy.
More aggressive.
Yeah, real fire in his belly.
And then, of course, there's Rohit.
Rohit Sharma, the captain who led them to the most titles,
He's known for his strategic thinking.
and his ability to really get the best out of his players.
It's like they had the perfect captain for each stage of their journey.
I think it's a great way to put it.
And beyond the leadership, their success also comes down to their player acquisitions.
Player acquisitions, yeah, that's crucial.
They've been really good at identifying and acquiring players who fit their team's needs.
And who complement each other's strengths.
Right, they weren't just collecting star players.
No, it was about building a team, a unit.
You mentioned Kieran Pollard earlier.
Oh yeah, Pollard, the big man.
The one they got in that dramatic tiebreaker back in 2010.
That's right.
He's been a key player for them for years.
He has.
What made him such a valuable asset?
Well, Pollard, he's a match winner.
Okay.
He can hit those big sixes, clear the boundaries with ease.
Power hitter.
Yeah, and he's a capable bowler, too.
So he can contribute in multiple ways.
Exactly. He can change the game with both bat and ball.
And the Mumbai Indians, they recognized his potential early on.
They did.
They knew what he could bring to the team.
And they built their team around him.
And then, of course, there's Rohit Sharma himself.
Oh, yeah. Rohit, the captain, the leader.
Joined the team in 2011.
And the rest is history.
He's become their most successful captain.
He has.
It's crazy to think that they got him from another team.
The Deccan Chargers, right?
Yeah, and now he's like synonymous with the Mumbai Indians.
It's a testament to their scouting, their ability to identify talent,
They saw something special in him.
and they were willing to take a chance.
And it paid off big time.
It's
And we can't forget about all those other key players.
Lasik Malinga with his deadly Yorkers.
Mitchell McClenaghan, always getting those crucial wickets.
So many others who contributed to their success.
They had a knack for finding those unsung heroes,
Yeah, the guys who might not be household names,
but they played crucial roles.
they were the glue that held the team together.
Okay, so we've talked about leadership, we talked about strategic acquisitions, but there's another factor we need to consider.
What's that?
Home ground advantage.
Oh yeah, the Wankhede Stadium.
The Wankhede Stadium with that electric atmosphere.
And those passionate Mumbai fans.
It's been a fortress for the Mumbai Indians.
It has. Playing at home, in front of your own fans, it can give you a huge advantage.
Right, it's like a psychological boost.
Exactly. And the Wankhede, it's known for its unique atmosphere.
Yeah, it's intense.
Loud, energetic, a real cauldron of noise.
And the Mumbai Indians, they thrive in that environment.
They do. They feed off that energy.
Their opponents, they often crumble under the pressure.
I've seen it happen.
And let's not forget about the pitch itself.
Oh yeah, the pitch at Wankhede,
It's known for being good for batting.
which is perfect for the Mumbai Indians.
Right, they've got some of the most destructive batsmen in the IPL.
And they're able to take full advantage of that.
So it's the crowd, the atmosphere, even the playing surface.
All combining to create that home advantage.
Yeah, it's like their secret weapon.
It's a powerful weapon to have.
Okay, so we've got leadership, we've got strategic acquisitions, we've got home advantage. But there's one more element we need to talk about.
What's that?
Team culture.
Team culture.
It's that intangible but crucial ingredient.
It's hard to measure, but you can definitely feel it.
Yeah, you can sense it when you watch them play.
They have this belief, this confidence.
It's like they know they can beat anyone.
And their motto, Dunia Hila Denji Hum,
We will rock the world.
it perfectly captures their ambition, their swagger,
They've always played with this swagger.
their belief in themselves.
And that attitude, it seems like it's ingrained in the team's DNA,
It's a culture of excellence,
where everyone's striving to be their best.
individually and as a team.
And it shows in their performances.
Absolutely. They support each other, they celebrate each other's successes.
And they never give up, even when things are tough.
That's the mark of a true team.
Okay, so we've talked about leadership, strategic acquisitions, home advantage, and team culture.
We have. Those are the key ingredients.
But there's another aspect of the Mumbai Indians story that we need to explore.
Oh, what's that?
Their rivalries.
Ah, yes, rivalries. They add another layer to the story.
Because what's a great sports team without some epic battles against worthy opponents?
Exactly. Rivalries bring out the best in teams.
And the Mumbai Indians, they've had some memorable clashes over the years.
They have.
First and foremost, there's their rivalry with the Chennai Super Kings.
The El Clasico of IPL.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. These two teams have met in the final multiple times.
And their matches are always intense, always a battle.
It's a clash of styles.
Yeah, the Chennai Super Kings, led by MS Dhoni,
Captain Cool.
they're known for their calm, calculated approach.
Right, very strategic.
Whereas the Mumbai Indians, with their explosive batting lineup, they're all about aggression.
Yeah, they like to go hard.
It's like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object.
I love it. Their matches are always must-watch TV.
Absolutely, you never know what's going to happen.
And then there's their rivalry with the Kolkata Knight Riders
Another team with a passionate fan base.
and a history of success.
Yeah, they've had some great battles over the years.
I remember those matches being full of trauma.
Controversy, too.
Heated exchanges, incredible moments of skill.
There's always something.
Your matches were always unpredictable.
Yeah, you never knew what was going to happen next.
All right, so we've covered their leadership, their acquisitions, their home advantage, their team culture, and their rivalries.
We've really dissected the Mumbai Indians.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle.
Oh, is there?
We need to talk about their impact beyond the cricket field.
Right, they're more than just a cricket team.
Exactly. They've used their platform to make a positive difference.
They have.
You're talking about their philanthropic work, right?
Exactly.
They've been especially active in supporting education for underprivileged children.
Yeah, it's a cause that's close to their hearts.
It's great to see them giving back to the community.
It is.
And they've also expanded their reach globally.
With affiliated teams in other leagues.
They've got teams all over the world.
Yeah, they're building a global brand.
They've got the Mumbai Indians, WPL, and the Women's Premier League in India.
MI New York in Major League Cricket in the U.S.
MI Cape Town in the SA20 League in South Africa.
MI Emirates in the International League T20 in the UAE.
And the Oval Invincibles in the 100 competition in England.
Wow, they're everywhere.
They've got a team on almost every continent.
A true global cricket empire.
It's amazing. It shows their vision, their ambition.
They're not content with just being successful in the IPL.
They want to be a global force.
They want to conquer the world of cricket.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from their humble beginnings to their dynasty years to their recent struggles.
It's been quite a journey.
And we've explored the factors that have contributed to their success.
The key ingredients.
Yeah, but what does it all mean? What can we learn from the Mumbai Indians' journey?
I think their story offers valuable lessons for anyone striving for success.
Whether it's in sports, business, or any other field.
It's about setting goals, overcoming challenges, and never giving up.
Okay, I'm all ears. What are those lessons?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's about having a clear vision,
Okay.
knowing what you want to achieve.
Right, they didn't just stumble into success.
No, they had a plan, a strategy.
And they executed brilliantly.
They did, and they were also willing to adapt, to evolve.
So they weren't afraid to change things up when necessary.
Exactly. They understood that to stay on top, you have to be adaptable.
You You can't just rely on what worked in the past.
Right, you have to constantly innovate, push yourself to be better.
And they also emphasized building a strong team culture.
Oh, absolutely. A culture of excellence where everyone's striving to be their best.
Yeah, recognizing that individual talent can only take you so far.
You need a team that works together
A team that supports each other.
and shares a common goal.
So a clear vision, adaptability, teamwork, and a culture of excellence.
Those are some powerful lessons.
Lessons that we can all apply in our own lives.
Absolutely.
And I think the Mumbai Indians story is also a reminder that success is rarely a straight line.
It's a journey.
There will be ups and downs,
Challenges and setbacks.
but it's how you respond to those challenges that really matters.
It's about resilience.
Yeah, bouncing back from those setbacks.
Learning from your mistakes, making adjustments, and coming back stronger.
So it's not just about having a plan. It's about having the mental toughness to stick with it.
Even when things get tough.
Exactly, because there will always be obstacles. There will always be moments of doubt.
But the key is to keep believing in your vision
To keep working hard.
and to never give up on your goals.
It's like that saying, it's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up.
That's a great saying, and I think the Mumbai Indians, they embody that spirit.
They've stumbled, they've fallen, but they've always gotten back up.
Dusted themselves off and come back fighting.
That's inspiring. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage you, our listeners, to think about the Mumbai Indians story.
What resonates with you?
What lessons can you take away from their journey? What aspects of their approach can you apply to your own life, your own pursuits?
It's been a fascinating exploration.
It really has, delving into the history, the strategies, the highs and lows of this incredible team.
And I hope you've enjoyed the journey as much as we have.
If you're interested in learning more about the Mumbai Indians, we encourage you to check out their Wikipedia page.
That was our primary source for this deep dive.
It's packed with information and insights.
And if you're curious about the Indian Premier League, I highly recommend checking out some of the matches.
The IPL is a spectacle, full of thrilling action, passionate fans, and some of the best cricketers in the world.
It's a must-see for any cricket fan.
Absolutely, a world of sixes, wickets, and nail-biting finishes.
You won't be disappointed.
And who knows, maybe we'll see the Mumbai Indians return to their dominant form in the years to come,
It's possible.
adding even more chapters to their already legendary story.
It would be amazing to witness.
Until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible. So we've talked about how the Mumbai Indians built this incredible dynasty, but what about those teams that haven't quite reached those heights yet? What can they learn? Or, even individuals striving for success in any field, really, what can they learn from the Mumbai Indians?
Well, that's a fantastic question. And honestly, I think the Mumbai Indians offer this blueprint for success that goes way beyond just cricket.
Okay, so what can we take away from their story? What can we actually apply to our own lives, our own pursuits? Whether it's building a business, leading a team, achieving a personal goal, whatever it might be.
We've already talked about a few of the big takeaways, right? Like having a clear vision, being able to adapt and evolve, the importance of teamwork, a strong culture. But I think there's another one, another lesson that we can really learn from the Mumbai Indians: resilience.
Resilience. Okay, so you're talking about their ability to bounce back from setbacks, right?
Yeah.
Because, they haven't always been on top. They've had those tough times, especially recently.
Right, exactly. And even during those dominant years, they still faced adversity, tough matches, unexpected losses, things like that. But what always impressed me was that they never let those setbacks define them.
But it just kept going.
They did. They learned from their mistakes, made adjustments, came back stronger.
So it's not enough to just have a plan. You also need the mental toughness to stick with it.
Yeah, even when things get rough, even when you want to quit.
It's like that saying, it's not about how many times you fall down, it's about how many times you get back up.
Exactly. And I think the Mumbai Indians really exemplify that, They've stumbled, they've fallen, but they always get back up, dust themselves off, and come back swinging.
That's awesome. So inspiring. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to encourage all of you listening, think about the Mumbai Indians story. What resonates with you?
Yeah, think about those lessons, those takeaways.
What can you take away from their journey and actually apply to your own life, your own goals, your own pursuits? It's been so fun exploring this with you.
It has. We really went deep into the history, the strategies, all the ups and downs of this incredible team.
We did.
Oh.
And I hope everyone listening enjoyed it as much as we did. If you want to learn even more about the Mumbai Indians, go check out their Wikipedia page.
That was our main source for this deep dive.
It's full of information and insights into their story.
And hey, if this deep dive got you interested in the Indian Premier League, go check out some of the matches.
The IPL is unlike anything else, just pure excitement, those passionate fans, some of the most talented cricket players in the world.
It's a must-see for any cricket fan.
Sixes, wickets, those nail-biting finishes. You never know what's going to happen. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Mumbai Indians back on top soon,
Yeah.
adding even more chapters to their legendary story.
I hope so. They've shown us that with a clear vision, a strong team, and that resilience to overcome obstacles, anything's possible.
So true. Until next time, deep divers, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what you think is possible.